all of you. So today being the Navratri start, what an auspicious day for me to speak about Sri Vidhya on this Navratri. So I'm really honored and pleased to be with all of you. And today the whole class itself is a meditation. It is like, studying Durga Saptashati, reading the book and, listening to stories and imbibing that whole divine Shakti, the divine feminine in us. So this is how we have to take this class today. So it is really not, it's the whole class is a meditation. I'll start with my guru lineage and just follow me and get imbibed with this sadhana. The whole class is a sadhana. So I'll start with the mantra of Guru. So here I'm calling and inviting all the lineage gurus, my lineage and lineage of Sri Vidhya, going all the way up to the Shiva and the Shakti. So Aim Hrim Shrim Aim Klim Soh Hamsa Shiva Soham Hasaka Frame Hasak Shimalvariom Hasom Sahak Shimalvarim Sahom Sarup Nirup Hetve Sagurve Shri Annapurna Amba Sahita Shri Amritanandanatha Shri Guru Shri Padukam Pujayami Tarpayami Namaha. Aim Hrim Shrim Aim Klim Soh Hamsa Shiva Soham Hasaka Frame Hasak Shimalvariom Hasom Sahak Shimalvarim Sahom Sarup Nirup Hetve Sagurve Shri Annapurnamba Sahita Shri Amritanandanatha Shri Guru Shri Padukam Pujayami Tarpayami Namaha. So I'll share my screen so you can also see the mantras and chant with me if possible. You can see me on the screen?
Yes.
Okay. So this is my Guru and my Guru Amma, Guru Amritanandanatha. His name was Guru Amritanandanatha. So and his mother, his wife is Annapurna Amba. So these were names given by his guru to him, and so that's the lineage we follow. So I'm going to start with the Ganapati, and if you know the mantra, you can chant with me. If you don't know the mantra, just read and listen. Om Shrim Hrim Klim Glom Gam Ganapataye Varavarada Sarvajanam Me Vashmane Swaha. Om Shrim Hrim Klim Glom Gam Ganapataye Varavarada Sarvajanam Me Vashmane Swaha. Om Shrim Hrim Klim Glom Gam Ganapataye Varavarada Sarvajanam Me Vashmane Swaha. Om Shrim Hrim Klim Glom Gam Ganapataye Varavarada Sarvajanam Me Vashmane Swaha. So Ganapati likes the number 4. So we chant the mantra 4 times. The other rest of the mantras we can chant 3 times. So we're inviting the Saraswati to come today. Prano Devi Saraswati Baje Bhir Bajinivati Dhinam Avitre Vasu. Prano Devi Saraswati Baje Bhir Bajinivati Dhinam Avitre Vasu. Prano Devi Saraswati Baje Bhir Bajinivati Dhinam Avitre Vasu. And our lineage goes back to Dattatreya. So this is a mantra to invite Dattatreya to come and help pass this knowledge to the masses. Om Hrim Dram Dattatreya Hare Krishna उन्मत्तानन्ददायकं दिगम्बरामौने बालपिशाचज्ञानसागरं द्रां ह्रीं ॐ ह्रीं द्रां दत्तात्रेय हरे कृष्ण उन्मत्तानन्ददायका दिगम्बरा मौने बालपिशाचज्ञानसागरं द्रां ह्रीं ॐ ह्रीं द्रां दत्तात्रेय हरे कृष्ण उन्मत्तानन्ददायकां दिगम्बरा मौने बालपिशाचज्ञानसागरं द्रां ह्रीं So Dattatreya represents all the Trinity, the Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva, and the knowledge of the Trinity. And he was the incarnation of the three on the earth. So that's why we worship him. He takes us back to the Trinity of the Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva. So my guru is Amritanandanatha, and I just want to start with his little bit about him. And he was a nuclear physicist, and he actually, as when he was 5 years old, he was having already spiritual experiences, and he used to feel these globules and this universal energy coming into his heart, and he would faint. He would see this energy coming into his heart, and he would faint. And his family, being very modern, thought that he had a epilepsy or some sort of he was treated for epilepsy and given medications, and he got lost complete faith in spirituality. So he became a scientist and started, actually he became a very famous nuclear physicist and worked for Tata Institute, and had absolutely lost interest in spirituality. And then his story is very interesting. There's a whole documentary. I've given the YouTube link, and I can put it up in the chat in the end, and you can watch it. And as he was a nuclear physicist, he really didn't want to explore spirituality much. And then, so as it happened that, he was just walking middle of the night, and he was led to a temple, and he just followed an old man and reached a temple, and that old man prostrated, and then he prostrated as in front of the statue was, since in Hyderabad, was the Bala Tripura Sundari temple. And as he prostrated, he had this whole sensation of, whole body busting into 1,000 million, atoms. And so he was just like, and it was like a kind of a bliss and happiness experience in his life. So he was very taken by that. And he was like, oh, maybe I'm missing something. Why am I not exploring spirituality anymore? There's something that I don't know. So he started to pray to Saraswati. He said, okay, let me just see every time I have this feeling, he started to listening to his heart, sounds in his heart. And as he's listening to this nada, the sound, vibration, he started to feel the same feelings that he had as a child. He had this photogenic memory, and he had these experiences that when he was, he got afraid as a child, but they started to happen to him again as an adult, and he didn't know what to do. So he started praying to Saraswati. He said, like, Saraswati, please guide me. I'm like, I don't want to be afraid, and there's something happening to me. So she started giving him the darshana as a little girl, Bala Tripura Sundari. And so she said, I'm giving you an experience, just take it. And he would have this direct communication. The Saraswati would play veena. He would hear these knowledge of these scriptures come in front of his eyes. And as he would just read them, a shloka, he would want to explore. He had never studied spirituality. He would go to library, and exactly that book would fall into his lap, and he would study, and Upanishads and everything he started to just study. So it just so happened that the goddess led him into Sri Vidhya, and it was the Bala Tripura Sundari as a child. And she basically in his dream started saying that you need to build a temple for me where people can worship. And he was like, how do I do that? I'm a government, service in India. I don't have much salary. I can't build a temple for you. And she would show him, the visions of Devipuram, like huge, like in big temples, basically big temples that he couldn't fulfill. And then she told him that, okay, build a Sri Vidya temple for me, and I'll teach you how to worship me in the Sri Vidya temple. So he said, okay, I can do that. And he built a temple of Sri Vidya in Devipuram. And she, by her direct experience of her, everything that he learned was through the direct experience of the Divine Mother. And she would come and teach him how to worship the Sri Vidya, Sri Yantra, and that led him to his guru Chaitanya Nandanatha and other gurus, that where he learned the whole lineage and started practicing, and with the divine visions, he built the temple. So it's an amazing story. As I hear and read this documentary, I get more and more fascinated, and everybody he's ever taught has I think it's a transmission. So they get the transmission of this lineage and the Divine Mother and the Goddess, and it really transforms their life. So I would highly recommend that you go and visit Devipuram. It's in Vishakhapatnam, the temple. Sorry, I have a little hoarsish voice because I had COVID last 2 weeks, so I have a little bit of cold, and so it just keeps coming up a little bit. So Sri Vidya, what is Sri Vidya? It comes from the lineage of actually Tantra. It's a tantric Vidya. So what is Tantra? Tantra is this vast ancient spiritual tradition that emerged in India, and it compasses of various rituals, philosophies, and many things that combines it. People have given a bad name to Tantra, but Tantra was a technique actually to unite with the divine. So actually, how to approach a divine, how to approach a deity, how to experience a deity within you, is what the Tantra was. So it is it is an expansion of awareness through mantra, yantra, and ritual. So those are the three things that encompasses the Tantra: mantras, through the mantras, and through the yantra. Yantra is this instrument of the geometry or the divine the diagrams that we have, and doing rituals to it is the Tantra, basically. So Sri Vidya is a Tantra, and it was originated in Kashmir Shaivism, but Kashmir Shaivism, it was mainly Shiva. So it was Shaivism. So Shiva Bhakti was where it came from. But on the side of it, in Kamakhya, which is also in the mountains and Himalayas, the Shakti worship was also originating at that time, equally powerful. And so Shiva and Shakti both were originating from the mountains, Himalayas. And then what happened was that it actually transmitted down to the south. And because of all this war in the north and all of this happening, a lot of it got vanished. So what was preserved was, in its total purest sense, was in the south. And they actually practiced the Tantra. They also a little bit modified, but the feminine aspect, the Sri Vidya. Sri means auspiciousness. So auspiciousness of a Shakti, and Vidya is the knowledge. So knowledge of auspiciousness is Sri Vidya. And it came to south, and it got preserved there. So it is, in the temples, and it was a very sacred science, and they would not want to teach it to the masses because it was, first of all, very complex. And, masses didn't have the time and the energy to do that. So it was kept mainly to the temples and purohits, and, and it was worshipped in a very secrecy. But with my Guruji Amritananda, he was believer that everybody should learn Sri Vidya, and he wanted to spread it to the masses, and bring his scientific mind, his knowledge of the way he approached the whole thing was very different. He approached it through a very scientific mind, and he understood it as energy, time, space, and so his explanations were very attractive to the modern people, and so he brought it to the world as anybody could practice that, right? So I am going to teach a little bit of it. It's not possible to teach all of it, but some of it I'll explain it. So the universe, as the Big Bang happened, our knowledge lineage really, the whole thing goes to the creation of the universe. There was the first, as the Big Bang happened, there was the first vibration, the first sound, which was said to be Om. You can say it like separately, A, U, and Ma, A, O, M, and or you can say Om, Om. So as you chant this mantra Om, you actually connect back to this first primal sound, first creation of the universe. Like you just literally go and touch that very creation that when it manifested. So it's the sound of the creation of the universe. So, you can just, Ah, U, and Ma are the Srishti, Sthiti, and Laya, like the creation, sustenance, and ending. It's all of it is encompasses in the Om itself. And it's the whole Mandukya Upanishad, it just talks about nothing but meditation on Om. So it itself is a humongous science, takes you back to the shunyata, the silence, the stillness of the creation, basically. So, but the vibration that was created was the Shakti. Actually, it is said that the, let me go down. So the masculine, the Shiva energy, which is represented by the upward triangle, and the Shakti energy, which is represented by the downward triangle. It is everything is representation in the Sri Vidhya, and mostly by the geometries. Is that the Shiva, when there was nothing, Shiva looked at his reflection in a mirror, and what he saw is the Shakti. And the Shakti is this feminine potential, this potential which wants to create, which is the first vibration, first manifestation of the universe. Like she being a feminine, why it is representation of feminine is because the feminine create, they give birth, they create the child, they create the life. So the mother, divine mother, is creation itself. She created the universe, she created everything that exists in the universe. And Shiva is the witness, the witnessing awareness that is just watching the play of the Shakti, the play of the divine feminine who has created this universe. So this is the tantric view of the Shiva and Shakti. And the Shiva being inert, he's the silence, he's the stillness, he's the observer. Whereas the Shakti is the manifestation, is the matter, is the cosmos, is the universe, it's the consciousness. Basically, everything that exists is Shakti. So in many cultures, they have used this triangles and intersecting triangles. In Mesopotamia, in Greek, in a lot of cultures have used this triangle representing masculine and feminine energy, and so is Sri Vidya is based on that. And so in the cosmic, you can always see Ardhanarishwara. Ardhanarishwara is this symbol of combining of masculine and feminine. That's what it represents, right? From the cosmos was created with two fundamental forces, masculine and feminine. And the masculine is represented by this transcendent and unchanging aspect, whereas the feminine is this everything that is matter, everything that exists in the world, right? So that is the Shakti. And like it is in this whole of cosmos, so that vibration, that throb was represented as a Hiranyagarbha. What is Hiranyagarbha? Is this universal, the first egg, the primal egg, the first that came into being after Shiva looked at the Shakti, the first egg was formed. I'm really sorry.
Sir, you want to go get water or something?
Yeah, I have to. So this egg is the representation of the universe. So if you can call it as, some see it as Linga, some see it as the Shakti egg, doesn't matter. And actually it is this energy that actually sits in our third eye, which is also pineal gland. So this whole science is about worshipping this Hiranyagarbha, the egg, primal egg, or the primal linga or the pineal gland, which exists within us. So we go back to that which originated the whole cosmos, the whole universe. And it like from the when the Big Bang happened, the whole creation of the universe happened. The first planet that came into our galaxy was the sun. So we survive because of the sun, obviously. And we are the third planet in our galaxy, and there's a complete interconnectedness between the earth and the sun. So a man is the man is also receiving this energy. We are living in the earth. We are just not living by ourselves. We receive this energy of Shiva and Shakti that created the universe. And so as it is above, so it is below, right? It is said that tatha pinde yatha brahmande. So just as it is in us, so it is in the cosmos. As it is in the cosmos, so it is within us. And if you look at this last one, that's what it represents. We are not something that we exist by our own. We are completely connected to this cosmos, this universe, and everything that happens in us is happening in the universe. And what is happening in the universe, the seasons, the time of the year, all that changes. The whole Ayurveda science is based on the universal energy, and we are completely as the seasons change, we change. As the sun rises, as the moon rises, our body clocks change. So we are completely dependent on the universe for everything. And so basically from that egg, it multiplied into 2 and 3. So, and then into multiple eggs, right? Like multiplication happened from that very first egg. And that is called the flower of life. If you see the geometrical patterns in anywhere, in any culture you go, you'll see this flower of life. You will see this intersecting triangles. And then you see us, we as human being, we have the roots going down into the earth and going up into the universe, cosmos. So we are this in between, we are this pillar of existence of life that is connecting the consciousness, the supreme consciousness, and us and the earth. We are this connection, we are this pillar that connects the three, so. And that is actually Sri Vidhya. So Sri Vidhya is a study of this cosmos, study of this science of we become this yantra, this geometry, which is aligned with the universal consciousness. So that's the study of Sri Vidhya, means study of the divine energies that exist all around. So you become the Sri Yantra. Your body is the yantra. Your body is that's what Sri Vidya, our lineage believes, that our bodies are transmitting this energy. So one becomes 3. The first is the primordial triangle. So it is the subject object. There are 2, and the witnessing awareness, that which is observing all the time. So subject, object, and there's always a third part, which is the Shiva, is the first triangle that is being formed in Sri Vidya. So, and it is that triangle, the first triangle that came into existence, is many things. Ichha, Jnana, Kriya, Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, everything that is 3 is represented by the triangle. So we have these mantras, these sounds that vibrate with that. So all the mantras are actually nothing but frequencies. They are frequencies of vibration. And as you're chanting the mantras, you're connecting to that frequency. So, when you say like the first mantra that in Sri Vidya is Aim Hreem Shreem. That represents Aim is the knowledge of the singularity, the singular knowledge that came as a divine connection, and then became the Hreem. Within us, the Hreem represents the masculine, and Shreem represents the feminine. So Aim Hreem Shreem is the first mantra we learn in Sri Vidya. So which represents the masculine, feminine, and our connection to the divine. And that, Om, the first primal sound, when it becomes feminine, it becomes Aim. So that's the representation. So Aim Hreem Shreem, and then Aim Kleem Soh is the another mantra. Aim Hreem Shreem, first we are connecting to the consciousness up, and then Aim Kleem Soh, we're connecting down to the universe. So that's the 6 triangles intersecting, 6-pointed triangle, hexagon intersecting each other. So Aim Kleem So is then again that knowledge that came into us as masculine and feminine. It comes into Aim in our 2 breasts as nourishment, Kleem, and So into the yoni. So it's the downward pointing triangle. So our bodies are itself a Sri Yantra. And this is how we worship the Sri Yantra as the lineage of Guruji Amritananda. And so in the mythology is this, it's based on, Shakti, the Shakti being the primal power. There are Shiva lineages, there are Vishnu lineages, and there's Shakti lineages. So Sri Vidhya comes from the Shakti lineage. And so in Hindu philosophy, everything is literally does not exist without its power. Shakti means power, basically, right? So Brahma cannot create without its energy that makes him function. His creation happens because of his energy. So that energy is the Saraswati. Vishnu, Brahma is the creator, Vishnu is the sustainer, and his energy is Lakshmi, which gives us ways to sustain in the world, like the wealth, the health, whatever we need in life to sustain is his Shakti, the Lakshmi. That is the power behind him. That which makes these 3 gurus, these 3, Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva work is their Shaktis. And the Shakti is the Parvati. So this is the belief of a Shakta tradition. We are the Shakta. The Sri Vidhya is a Shakta tradition, which is a feminine tradition. So the power is in the feminine. So they cannot function on their own. Without their Shaktis, they cannot function. So that's what we believe. So what happens is that when the world is, when she's creating this world, she's creating these human beings, and she creates this human being, and the new life comes into this prana shakti. We call it prana shakti, right? That comes into, forms a child in the womb of a mother, and that is the kundalini shakti that comes in and creates this life force in that baby that's being formed in the womb. And after the baby is born, she goes down and sits in the Muladhara, the base of the spine. Right at the base of the spine, she goes and sits. So we call it Kundalini Shakti. Now she is like literally dormant. She sits dormant because it's like it's on autopilot. Our bodies are fully created. Everything has got a life. Like software is created in the body. Now her work is done. She's created this software and everything is going to work. Every image, on its own. Everything we see, everything we hear, whatever. So we keep functioning with that. But so this Shakti is not required anymore. So she goes and sits dormant in the base of the spine. Now the whole sadhana of Sri Vidya, which is a Sri Yantra, is to awaken this Shakti from your base of the spine and bring it back to her desire is actually to always be, she creates the universe, but she always wants to get back to the Shiva, the consciousness principle, and unite with her. So usually that happens, when she's dormant in you in Kundalini, only at the time of death does it really passes out of your body and goes back into the Shiva consciousness, right? But our saints and seers have learned to evoke this energy, and through invoking this energy we can actually have this union within us all the time. And then when that union happens, it's like literally constant bliss, constant joy, constant happiness. Your life just unfolds in continuum of happenings that are just, you basically become very happy and contented is the word. Like you have no desire because your desires keep fulfilling, and you become very contented and joyful and living, giving and living and happy. So that's the purpose of Sri Vidya. When you do the study of Sri Vidya, you actually you are aligning with the universal mother who is guiding you in every step that you take in your life. So you basically you just surrender and you let her take over, and just your life just flows. That is what I have understood with my own experience, that as I started doing this sadhanas and this work, I am getting more and more deeper and deeper and deeper into it. And I find that the more I do, the more I'm contented. I just don't need to go and fight for anything anywhere outside. I'm just happy by myself, just being with the divine, doing my sadhanas. And this happens to everybody. It's just contentment, this joy that happens within you if you start doing the Sri Vidya sadhana. So it's a very complex sadhana, but still it is within our reach. It's nothing that we cannot learn. So basically, our bodies are the Sri Yantra. And so how that happens is through these, we are communicating to the universe through the chakras. And each chakra is a expression of divine. Basically, she comes and sits in your Mooladhara, and she's sitting there. And so there are three granthis, we call them granthis, which is like at the Manipura, which navel chakra, heart chakra, and the third eye. There are three granthis, so they have to be broken through to do with this Sri Vidya mantra. Basically it's just mantra sadhana and yantra and rituals. But through that you can break through these granthis and awaken the Kundalini. So basically it's chakra work, but it happens through a lot of, if I don't know how many of you do Lalita Sahasranamam. Like if you chant the Lalita Sahasranamam, it itself is a whole invocation of the Divine Mother. Now she's everything in the universe. So how do you express someone who is everything in the universe? Everything is an expression of her. So there are like 1,000 names in Lalita Sahasranama. Basically is 1,000 names to remember her. 1,000 names of the divine who is everything in the world, and even 1,000 is not enough, right? Like how do you express someone? Each name in Lalita Sahasranama is actually a mantra and does an invocation in your body. Like it's all awakening your body. Just chanting the Lalita Sahasranama every day would do it, awaken your Kundalini, awaken your chakras and all of it. So it's a very powerful way to look at it. Now, look at this image of Lalita. This is Lalita Devi. She represents the consciousness, the first energy that came into being and created the universe. So she's called by many names, but mainly by Lalita Tripura. Tripura means the triangle, right? The three-pointed triangle. So the three worlds. Basically, she's the ruler of three worlds. And so Tripura Sundari, and she is the beauty. The beauty of these three worlds is Lalita Devi. As a child form, she's called Bala. And as an adult form, she's called Rajrajeshwari. And here in this image, she is shown as a 16-year-old, the adolescent stage of Lalita Tripura Sundari. Now, if you look clearly in this image, she is sitting in the middle, and then on the right and the left are the Saraswati and Lakshmi. So they are the two her forms. Like these are all her manifestations. Saraswati, which comes as a Vak Shuddhi, as a a mantras, as a Vidya, as knowledge, as everything is Saraswati. And Lakshmi, who was the giver of all the boon, the take care, everything that exists in our lives because of her. So those two are her primal energies. And then she's sitting on this throne which has 4 legs. If you see, Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, and Rudra. Those are the 4 legs being held by the plank represents the Ishana. Ishana is a form of Shiva actually. Sorry, Brahma, Vishnu, Rudra, Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, and Sadashiva is the plank. Sadashiva is this innate knowledge that comes. She is basically in union with the Sadashiva. Sadashiva, which exists, which is the witnessing awareness, which is with her always. She's never separate. As she's creating, he's watching over her. So this is the representation of, Shiva and Shakti, the union of the two is represented in this image, with Sadashiva being the plank and she's sitting on him. So she's the creation and he's the observer of her creation. And the two children, which is the Ganesha and the Kartikeya, right at the bottom. And Sri Yantra is the, so imagine the Sri Vidhya is all of this. Everything that exists, all the gods and goddesses and the lineages that exist is represented in Sri Vidhya. You don't need to learn anything or go anywhere or do anything. You're actually worshiping everybody and everything. The whole understanding of everything exists in Sri Vidhya. So the two other main goddesses is like, are Matangi and Varahi. So in basically, we study the Chandi part in Navratres, and we know that how Chandi part is very popular. Same is the story for the Lalita Tripura Sundari. It goes like this: that she was, basically Shiva, which wants to always sit in meditation and really not interested much in the cosmic creation. She is the creator. She is the mother. So he goes and sits in the meditation again, and she's busy with the creation. And now the demons are getting very powerful, and they are just not. The gods are not able to win over them, basically. So they want the help of Shiva and the Shakti to come in and help them, the gods. So it's a story goes that the popular story of, I don't know if you've heard the Manmatha. Manmatha is the deity of desire. Like he's the Cupid. He's the one who shoots the arrow for the heart to vibrate. So the gods actually ask the Manmatha to awaken the Shiva because he's sitting in meditation. He doesn't want to come out. And so they want to have the union so that the Shiv Shakti can come in. So Manmatha shoots the arrow into the heart of Shiva while he's meditating. So he does, Shiva does open his eyes, and he sees the Lalita Devi, who is doing the sadhana of brahmacharini. Basically all the forms of 9 devis is in the in all of this, so and he gets awakened, but he gets really disturbed by the arrow, and he burns the Manmatha down into the ashes. Now basically his wife Rati really pleads with the goddess. Now of course he falls in love with the Lalita Devi, and she's the Sundari. So they marry, and the Kartikeya is born, who helps in the war, and Ganesha and all of that. So everything is the whole of this story of like Chandi part, similar, is the story here being narrated. And so the war happens. She comes into being, and then this Manmatha becomes, he does too much penance and he gets too many powers, and he burns into ashes, but he comes back to life as a demon. Basically, he gets so much power that no gods can defeat him. And so they worship, they ask, they literally do a havan to awaken the Shakti, and they cut their limbs, the body, they give all their weapons into the fire. And from that weapons and then the limb, that goddess comes out and to help them fight the Manmatha. And there are these goddesses which are Matangi and Varahi, who are basically the prime minister and the keeper of the Dandanatha. She's keeps the decision, like the Dandawali, basically. So those are the 2 main powers, and that the Sri Vidhya lineage worships the Matangi and Varahi. So basically, we start with the all our sadhanas start with the Ganesha and the Matangi and Varahi. So So basically, there's so much to it. How do I even begin explaining it? So all the five senses are, they are our enemies and our friend. So if we are caught by these five senses, we can be like caught in the world, beautiful sound, beautiful woman, beautiful touch, and we can be just. But these same things, these shabda, sparsha, rupa, rasa, gandha, can also awaken us to our divine knowledge, to our divine connection through the same five senses, sound, touch, seeing, taste, smell, and mind. All of these can we invoke that in the yantra pujas to connect with the divine. And we actually centralize these five things of the sound, touch, sense, taste, smell by these incense and, the lamp and food that we serve, and the smell is the sandalwood. And so we are doing all of this to basically get all our senses focused on the sadhana, and it is the sadhana of divine basically. And then there are the three primal energies that Lalita Tripasundari, or has the Parvati, also shown as the Durga, and the Lakshmi and Saraswati. And then the main bija mantras are Om is the primal, Aim is the Saraswati, Hreem is the solar energy, the energy of the masculine, and Shreem is the energy of the feminine. These are the main mantras. Kleem is this electrical energy, that is the these are vibrations that actually like magnetism, basically, like magnetism energy is the clean. Cream is the electrical energy, magnetism is the clean, and the power of fire is hum. Like anything that you want to just remove from your life, the fire is hum. And the power to stop anything is lean, and power to stabilize is stream, and power to transcend is stream. So these are the mantras we use in Sri Vidhya mainly. And so they're basically Tripura Sundari, Saraswati, Lakshmi, and Chandi are the main goddesses. And now the chakras is what we work on a lot. So Mooladhara being the earth, and the Swadhisthana is the water. And so we are invoking these elements in our body while we do the sadhanas, do the yantras, you invoke all of this in our body. Earth, water, fire is our navel chakra, air is our heart chakra, and throat is the space chakra and the third eye. And Sahasrara. Sahasrara is the Lalita Tripura Sundari. So we can either go by the Lam, which is that the earth, which invokes the earth element, also represented by Ganesha. Vam, water, which is in the Swadhisthana chakra, also represented by Kartikeya. Ram, which is at the navel, also represented by Chandi, the Chamunda. She is the fire within us. And that kills all the enemies in our body. And so this is our first Granthi. And second Granthi is at the Yam, the heart, which is represented by the Lakshmi. And then the throat, hum, space element, which is represented by the sound, Akasha, and the third eye represents the Shiva. So and also Saraswati, sorry. So the hum is the sound, Vak, Saraswati, and the Om is the Shiva, which is the pineal gland. And right on top is the Lalita Tripura Sundari. Actually, she is just a few inches above us. So that's why we are always inviting her to come in union with the Shiva, who would become the Vak, who would open our heart, who would work through our fire and our negativity and burn through all our five, the elements that and open our Mooladhara chakra. So this is mainly our sadhanas. If we do it in the body, we there are bija aksharas, they're shown as, these chakras are shown as the lotuses. So each lotus has certain amount of petals, each petal has a bija sound, each sound, you can invoke these chakras with these bija sounds. You can do the whole mantra sadhana on the chakras and invoke that. And you can do the sadhanas on the Sri Yantra. So each yantra, this yantra, Sri Yantra has a deity on each petal. Like you see the three lines at the bottom. Each corner there are four entrances. Each entrance has a goddess. Then there are corners has a goddess. The rose petals have a goddess. Then so triangles have a goddess. So right in you keep going up and up and up and you reach the Bindu. Bindu represents the right in the center of that first triangle is the union of Shiva and Shakti. So that's what, where basically you're going from the earthly plane all the way up to the plane of Shiva and Shakti where the union is happening. And so that Sri Yantra sadhanas that's what it represents. So if we can do it through a meditation, or should we just take some questions? How would you want to do it?
Let's do meditation, I think. Yeah.
Okay. So let's go through these mantras that are on our chakras. So this is a special, Guruji Amritananda has invented this Shat Chakra Japa. So we go through the 6 centers with these mantras. You can do this by yourself. You can also chant Lalita Sahasranama, you can do whatever, but chanting these into your chakras invokes the energy in those chakras. Okay, so let's start with the Ganapati. He is the remover of the hurdles. So I'm just invoking him first. Oh, if you know the mantra, you can chant with me. Gananam Sva Ganapatim Gum Havamahe Kavin Kavinam Upamashravastamam Jeshtarajam Brahmanam Brahmanaspata Anand Survan Nudavidihi Shri Sadhanam Shri Mahaganadipataye Namaha Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Om Aim Hrim Shri Vaim Klim Sauh Hamsa Shiva Soham Hasaka Frame Hasaksha Malvari Om Hasom Sahaksha Malvarim Sahom Sarupa Nirupa Hetave Sagurave Shri Annapurnamba Sahita Shri Amritanandanatha Shri Guru Shri Padukam Pujayami Darpayami Namaha. Now focusing on your Mooladhara, which is right at the base of the spine, we invoke the Ganapati. Let's just chant the mantra of Ganapati. He removes all the hurdles in our life, which is stored up in our Mooladhara. Chant with me. Om Shri Hrim Klim Glam Gam Ganapataye Varavarada Sarvajanam Me Vashmane Swaha. There is an action that you can take. You can actually squeeze your anus a little bit in when you're chanting, and as you finish the chant, just release the anus. So you're activating the Mooladhara. So chanting again with activating the Mooladhara. Om Shrim Hrim Klim Glam Gam Ganapataye Varavarada Sarvajanam Me Vashmane Swaha. Releasing the Bandha. Om, again squeezing it and putting the Bandha. Om Shrim Hrim Klim Glam Gam Ganapataye Varavarada Sarvajanam Me Vashmane Swaha. One more time. Om Shrim Hrim Klim Glam Gam Ganapataye Varavarada Sarvajanam Me Vashmane Swaha. Going to your Swadhisthana, which is your base of the triangle in your yoni area. So that is a place where Kartikeya, the Murugan, is sitting. So we're just chanting the mantra for Murugan, focusing on your, right at the base of the yoni. So this is the Kundalini Shakti. That is with the help of Ganesha and Kartikeya. You can invoke your Kundalini just by focusing on those two. And the mantra is Om Shrim Hrim Klim Aim Som. That is the arrow of the spear that goes up our spine all the way up and brings the divine Shakti into our third eye with the union of Shiva. Sarvanabhavaya Namaha. So doing that again, and you can clench it and have the Mula Bandha and the Ganesha invoked, and Kartikeya shooting up the arrow to your third eye. Clench the bottom. Om Shreem Hreem Kleem Aim Som Sarvanabhavaya Namaha. Release, and one more time. Close it. Om Shreem Hreem Kleem Aim Som Sarvanabhavaya Namaha. So then coming to the navel, where the Chamunda, where she is worshipped in your navel, she who removes any negativity, any hatred towards yourself, which anything that you are not able to accomplish in your life, she breaks that down. So her mantra is Aim Hreem Kleem Chamundaya Viche. And this is being Navratri, this Navratri. There are 4 Navratris in a year. We have Navratri for Lalita Tripura Sundari. Then we have for Matangi, and then we have for Varahi, and then we have for Chamunda. So Chamunda is in the navel, and this Navratri is honored to the Chamunda. So we already have her, she has come in our life. And so we worship her. We can chant, it is through your left nipple, right nipple, navel, and down to the clitoris. So you can do Aim, Hreem, Kleem in the navel. Chamunda is Vijay. So Vijay is the yoni area. So Aim, Hreem, Kleem, Chamundai Vijay. Aim Hreem Kleem Chamundai Viche. Aim Hreem Kleem Chamundai Viche. So this we can do, maybe let's just do it 16 times because it's the Chandi and Navratri. And let's invoke her in our body. She's the downward pointing triangle all the way down to our yonis, from our breast to the yonis. And invoking her, let's do 16 times all together. Aim Hreem Kleem Chamundai Viche. 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 Shri Matra. So then we come to the heart and we worship the Mother Lakshmi, Mahalakshmi with Vishnu, at the heart, which is the union of Vishnu and Radha and Lakshmi, whatever you want to call it. And we invoke them here in our Kleem in the heart, visualizing like the candle light burning in your heart. That is your Chit Kundalini. She's come to your heart now and she's exploding, which is where the love, the unconditional love, the joy, the happiness spreads from the heart. So worshipping the Vishnu and Lakshmi in your heart with this mantra, Kleem Krishnaya Govindaya Gopijana Vallabhaya Swaha. Clean Krishnaya Govindaya Gopijana Vallabhaya Swaha. Clean Krishnaya Govindaya Gopijana Vallabhaya Swaha. Seeing that light now vibrating into your cosmos, going to your house, all the beings in your house, and then outside, spreading that light into the city, the town, going to the universe, the cosmos, the earth, covering the whole planet, the earth, and the universe. As we chant the Lakshmi mantra, we can just chant Shri, or we can say the mantra Shrim Hrim Shrim Kamle Kamlale Prasida Prasida Shrim Hrim Shrim Om Mahalakshmi Namah. But today we'll just chant Shri and invoke this light from our heart that is spreading all the way out to the universe. Let's just chant Shrim also 16 times. Shrim, 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 Shrim. Shrimatre Namah Shri. Coming to your throat. And here we invoke the Dattatreya. You can also invoke the Saraswati. So I'll just chant the mantra holding your throat together. Om Hreem Dram Dattatreya Hare Krishna Unmattanandadayaka Digambaramane Pyale Pishach Jnana Sagaram Dram Hreem Om Om Hreem Dram Dattatreya Hare Krishna Unmattanandadayaka Digambaramane Pyale Pishach Jnana Sagaram Dram Hreem Om Om Hreem Ram Dattatreya Hare Krishna Unmattanandadayaka Digambaramane Balapishach Jnana Sagaram Ram Hreem Om. Can also chant Aim for Saraswati. Let's just chant Aim Saraswati 16 times. Aim, 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 Aim. The mantra we did right at the beginning is another mantra that you can do on your throat chakra as well. Aim Vadavadavakvadani Aim. Then we go to the Agnya and we invoke the Shiva. You can hold your hand front and back So your pineal gland activates, and you can chant the mantra Om Hreem Om Namah Shivaya. So actually, Om Hreem Om Namah Shivaya. So you're chanting Om Hreem Om Namah Shivaya. So your Namah Shivaya is going to the pineal gland and activating the vibrations into the pineal gland. Okay, just holding it together here, front and back. Let's just chant 3 times Shiva. Om Hreem Om Namah Shivaya. Om Hreem Om Namah Shivaya. Om Hreem Om Namah Shivaya. You can sit in silence here for 2 seconds and just see your third eye vibrating. You might be seeing a blue light, or whatever you might be seeing, just witness that. And then making your Miragi Mudra right on top of your head. And this is the mantra for Sri Vidhya. I'm initiating you into this mantra. And as the Shiva is activated, the Shakti, the Lalita Tripura Sundari, the divine energy of the cosmos comes into our being. It's called Panchadashi mantra. Ka e ilahri. Now go to your heart and invoking her in the heart as the energies have entered from the Sahasrara down into a heart. Hasakahalari. Going into your navel and holding it in your navel. Sakalari. Let's do 5 times. Ka e ilahri. Hasakahalari. Sakalari. 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 Ka e ilahri. Asakalari, Sakalari. And last mantra is the mantra for the Bala Tripura Sundari, again going from here to heart to the navel. Aim clean so clean. Aim. This is connecting you. I'm cosmic energy coming in, clean going into your heart, so into your yoni and down into the divine earth, the mother earth. And you visualize that white light going from the mother earth back into our yoni, our heart, and into our third eye and connecting to the universe. You are this pillar of light that's connecting the cosmos and the earth. So we are starting with the I'm clean, so anchoring into the earth, so coming into the heart, clean, I'm clean, so clean. holding your hands together. Bow down to yourself. You have become the divine yourself. You're connected to the divine, and divine is connected to you. She's flowing through you. And this Navratri, she has come into your being. And the way to greet the mother in you, in everyone you know, is the way to say, greet yourself and greet others, is to say, Sri Matre Nama. I worship the divine in me, and I worship the divine in all of you. Let's just bow down to ourselves and say, Sri Matre Nama. Sri Matre Nama. Sri Matre Nama. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Om Namah Shivaya.